Here's my finished outline. I started over on this side as I'm right-handed, and I went all the way around this way and met back up over here. And you have to make sure you are gonna meet back up, because sometimes you don't go quite on your lines, but you want to make sure you meet up so you can't tell where you started and stopped. And you're going to notice that when I drew my lines, I had drawn this one this way, and then I realized, no, I'm going to want it going out. So I changed as I was stitching around, and even over here, there's also a pen line, but with the pen lines on the inside, it's going to disappear because I'm taking out all the horizontal, and then we're going to group all the vertical. So it's not a problem. The next step we're going to do is we're going to cut our horizontal thread. So I pick somewhere in the middle of my line, and just don't pick right up against your buttonhole, but I tend to start near the bottom here, and you put your needle in and you lift up one of your threads so that it gives you some room to get your your scissors in there. So I'm using my curved scissors, which I find very handy for cut work, and I'm putting it right in underneath, getting it in there, and then I'm going to clip it and I'm going to pull out the thread to either side with my needle. Now here I've pulled back my thread to either side, and you're going to see this first thread I did, this one only comes up to here because of how I stitched my outline. That's where it's hitting. It's not getting all the way over to the edge, which is fine. And we're going to just clip it. And you see, with using these curved scissors, my points are up, so I'm not cutting things I shouldn't be cutting. And I'm going to cut right up against, and that's discarded. And the same on this side. This side went all the way over to the very edge, and I'm going to pull up, I can't see very well, pull up and clip it right up against. Now you're also going to notice I have another outline on the back. I did an outline and didn't like it, and didn't like the placement, but it's okay, it's on the back. So you can do an oopsie on this, and then I redid it on the front, what I wanted to actually do. So I'm going to now continue all the way up, and now that I've got one done, I can snip all the way up. And you want to be careful because you don't want to be snipping one of your vertical threads, but it's not going to matter. If that does happen, don't despair, because you can still group it in with the others on either side. But I'm going to cut all the way up to the top. I'm going to bring out all my verticals on either side and cut all of them and open up this whole area. In the end, there'll only be vertical threads. So I've finished most of the cutting, and I'm up near the top here, but because of the zigzag of that top line, I'm now hitting some of my stitching. So again, I'm just gonna cut about halfway up to pull it back on either side. It's just easier to pull back and have control where I'm hitting the edges and then snipping it really close to my embroidery. So just repeat the process on any sides that you need to get into those little bumps.